the keep coming. Okay. The link for the notes when we started. Heather suggested that. So I'm going to put that here. Is that working? Yes. Okay. So in the chat there, I added a link for. Everybody comes. I added a link to a note-taking page, or just a template that someone made. I'll put it in there again because I know people are popping in. If we could have somebody be the note taker and someone be the presenter or speaker once we go back to the group, I think that those are two good first steps that we could make.
I'll be happy to take notes.
Perfect.
People hear from me all too often, so I will not be the presenter, but I'm happy to take notes. Oh, but Chris, I don't have, Aaron, I don't have access.
Oh. How do I do that? So I can have editing. I know I can share it with you.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Okay. Here, I will start by you.
Okay, thank you.
I can do this to make it easier. Maybe this is the best way to do it. I'll present my screen so that way you guys can see what we're typing and putting on there. And I put, I just copied and pasted the mission statement and the current mission statement and vision statement there so you can see it. But, you know, I think if we can start by kind of answering some of those. I keep doing that. Sorry. It's hard not to see you guys. Start by answering some of those questions that he was posing. It's probably our good first step. So some of the things I took a picture of it so I can have it. So the first one was the loyalty, inspirational, focused on what the district does, why we exist, those types of things. Where's everybody's thoughts on that?
Well, geez, I know from the very first time I saw that mission statement, I was looking forward to the time we could revisit it and redo it. I didn't quite have the vocabulary for why I didn't like it, and I think that the qualities of a good mission statement that were given to us earlier in the meeting tonight kind of give you that vocabulary. It's kind of mealy-mouthed. It doesn't really ever rouse any inspiration, nor does it provide a really clear call to action. There's nothing in there that it can result in outcome-based deliverables, so to speak. So me, for one, like I've known that I've wanted to kind of have an opportunity to redo the mission statement for a long time.
And this is Stacy. The two things that jumped out at me just at first about this were the short and memorable. It doesn't seem to fit those from my perspective, and then I'm not sure that I see powerful verbs.
Yeah.
Well, I knew we had a mission statement, but I couldn't remember what it was. I agree with some of it, but it's not something that sticks in my head that I can pull up right away. I like being prepared for life's opportunities. I don't know if we should keep the wording as it is, but I feel strongly that, yes, for education, that is part of what students should be going to school for.
I knew that we had one, and I also remembered that it was long and not something that I'm on the council of my church, and we're working on our mission statement. And one of the things we said is like anyone should be able to recite it, and it should fit on a bumper sticker.
I can echo that. I'll be honest, I didn't know that 46 or we had one. I tried to find it on the website, and to me, it wasn't easy to find. I'm used to seeing a mission statement right there on the page. Maybe I just wasn't looking. I do agree that it doesn't jump. It's not short and memorable, but I do think there are some words here that are important. For example, all students, and developing. There is some things I think that maybe not necessarily throw it all out, and it does kind of speak to 46, but maybe not to the 46 that it is today or the 46 we want it to be.
I'll share for myself. When I was looking at D46 and kind of looking to make a move in administrative, and I saw that was our mission statement, I kind of had the same kind of reaction that Mr. LaCroix had, where I saw it and I kind of said, okay, maybe that could use some work. And finding out that we get to be a part of that discussion this time and help improve that was real exciting to me, because I agree. I think that the mission statement of any organization, regardless of what it is, really does need to encapsulate that inspirational spirit and that passion and emotion that we know that our teachers bring it each and every day, and that our kids bring with them on their way to school every day. And I kind of agree that this just kind of, there's some great parts there and definitely some nice bones there, but something that just didn't inspire a great, passionate reaction out of me.
Can I ask a question real quick? And
Sure.
I am a future parent, right? So I don't get the communications, just what I go out there and it's fine. Wasn't there ever one that was like One Direction or One District or one was something somewhere? Maybe a slogan?
So that's you see that sometimes on our hashtags.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay.
Sure, I've used it, but I'll be honest with you. I didn't know where it came from, except that when I got here, I said, "What am I supposed to hashtag?" And I was, but I think part of it, too, and maybe Cheryl, you may be able to help with this too, is that every year. It has been the habit in our school district that every year there is a different phrase that's been used, and that was a phrase that was being used.
Yes.
Got it. Yep, I've seen that before.
I don't know how to. I don't have a better explanation than phrase. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it was a theme, right? It was a theme.
Yeah. A theme for the year, or for because I think we kind of recycled that a little bit because I've seen that on some old things that I've seen too, but it's definitely just a theme that they were trying to inspire people to live.
But I think you bring up a really great point, is that where do those things come from and how are they connected specifically to the mission of the district? So I think that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Is that one of the things you were wondering about too, Brittany?
Yeah, I guess, I mean, now that you say that, like, I do recall, like, working in schools as I do and knowing, like, every year there was a new hashtag and we were told, when you post on Instagram or Twitter, make sure you're using this. And it makes sense now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now that I reflect, like, I don't know if I've ever we always tied things to mission, vision, goals at my prior district, and we do here. So yeah, I don't know. For some reason, one always just stuck with me, and that's what I thought it was, but it makes sense now. But I do love the idea of a new theme every year. And this is way down the road, maybe tying it to what the goals are for that year that tie into that stair step, et cetera. So just wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy or I was dreaming. Who knows?
I'm glad that you're following us on Twitter.
Yes.
I understood One District, One Direction a little differently, and that's when Paul Lewis came on. I'm not sure his reason for existing wasn't this, but his first task was he identified quickly that, you know, a second grade teacher at one school wasn't doing the same scope and sequence as a second grade teacher at another school. So I understood that one district, one direction to be around aligning what all of the different, you know, second grades around the district were doing and making it more standardized that way. Yeah, I mean, and it's stuck. I mean, clearly I've seen it since. So I don't know if that's,
I think so.
I think that was the genesis of that.
I think so.
All right.
So
Thank you. Sorry for like kind of squirrel there.
I have something on my mind. Since a couple of you talked about wanting to change the mission, I will share that every day I drive into the parking lot at the district office, and I come upon a sign, and it bothers me so much that I can't even quote it. I think it says striving towards excellence. So it's not our mission. So that sounds more like a slogan. But I think it says striving towards excellence. And yeah, that's what it says. And I'm always wondering, like, why are we just striving?
Striving.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. It feels a little bit like, you know, what can it? So I'm just going to say, if we're going to talk about mission, perhaps I don't know if that exists anywhere else. Does anybody know if that statement is anywhere else besides the district office? It could be an old something or other that then just became a sign that just stayed there forever. But I think you're getting where I'm going with that. So I'm write some notes on that one.
Mind having a catchy slogan too, especially if we could put it up in each school.
Right.
There's something that just pops at you.
But if we're going to do that, I'd like it not to be striving towards.
I agree.
And probably not put it on a sign just in case we decide we don't like it.
Oh, unfortunately, Lynn, it was put up since 2007 because I'm on Google Street View right now trying to find that sign.
Oh my.
Did I say it right?
It's not on the picture I'm looking at because it's been put up since 2007.
Oh, I see. Got it.
We have not heard from Jorge yet. Jorge, what do you think about our mission statement or a slogan or anything for the district?
I think right now the mission statement is too wordy.
Okay.
I don't even think we need to say it's D46. It's obvious it's D46. So if you would just take that whole intro out, then maybe you'd actually have a message that you're saying, and maybe it'll be a little catchy if we could tweak it.
Okay.
I was thinking the same thing too about how it started. I mean, I get why you kind of put that name in there, but the whole community consolidated, it's a lot.
It is a lot for a district, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that if we go to those like strong verbs, provide an environment is not a strong verb. It's not.
Yeah, they didn't. The verbs didn't grab me. Anything in there? I mean, yeah, that was one of the things that I took away right away.
How do we want to say this? So when we talked before about missions of those various companies, and we were able to identify, oh, that's this company. There's nothing in this mission, even though it says D46, which I agree with you, Jorge. I don't necessarily think it needs to say that. There's nothing in there that distinguishes us from other school districts. And yet I think there are things that distinguish our school district from other districts, but they're not reflective there.
Yes.
I agree. To piggyback off of that, Dr. Glickman, it's also not memorable, right? And I think we've heard from a bunch of people that have already spoken and that work in the district or are very familiar with the district. A lot of us didn't even realize there was a mission statement, or we didn't know exactly what it was. So just to piggyback off that, it's not memorable in any way.
Yes, I think we have.
I was struggling with something too. A characteristic of a good mission statement is that clear goals and actions flow from it.
Mhm.
Well, I started thinking about that. What does it mean that things flow from it? Because I was looking at the mission statement right now, and I was thinking in my head, goals and actions, they have an aspect of measurability to them. I don't think anything in our mission statement, and this is what I'm trying to work out, nothing in our mission statement has to have anything that's measurable or, quantifiable, but it has something that is measurable and quantifiable has to flow from it.
Mhm.
So that's kind of just something I was working out in my head, I guess. Thought I'd mention it to the group.
I have a quick question, and I noticed that theme too when people were saying, I think there is one, I think I've heard of it, I'm not sure what it is, I can't recite it. How is it, I'm not sure of those people that were making those comments, how many work within the district right now. What does the district do with that existing mission statement and the staff? Anything currently?
It is, I think, Stacy, I think it's clear the fact that people don't know it. It's not been at the forefront. I can share, and I'm not sure how many people here are aware, our strategic plan is already a year out of date, basically, and the goals have run out a year and a half ago. So we've been in need of this refresh. And conversations around that mission statement really have not been happening.
So is a part of this something that's going to come out of this as we tweak this and whatever? There's going to be a strategy around getting that message out, that mission statement out. Okay, thanks.
Absolutely, but I'm glad you asked that question. I think that needs to have a place in our notes. Yep.
Yeah, the mission statement's not only not in the foreground, it's not even in the background.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist in anyone's mind.
Right.
And I didn't Google it, well, not Google it, I didn't go and search for it yet, but I'm not even sure how easy it is to find on the website right now either, which might speak to, why we are where we are today.
Yep, not easy to find on the website, yep.
So based on, I guess, going back to our conversations and our notes, like, do we want to, I think we can have a consensus. We don't want to utilize as is, right? Like, we don't feel like this meets our needs.
Correct.
I don't even know if we want to tweak. It sounds like maybe there's some words to pull, but maybe not tons, right? Or is it just throw it all out and let's start over and let's kind of rebuild and see where it goes from there? Like, what's our consensus as a group?
That last one is what I'm thinking. I mean, maybe a word or two is going to make it into the new one, but that's what I'm thinking. It needs a complete rework.
Totally agree with that.
Yes, I think that it needs a lot of tweaking or changes, I think, from where it is today.
Yeah. To me, when I've done this work in the past or when I think of it, I think of if you are going to tweak a mission statement or if you are going to use parts of a mission statement, that means that the organization has a lot of buy-in into that mission statement. And to be honest, I don't necessarily feel that with our district. So I agree. I think that a complete rebrand or redo of the mission statement, maybe we grab a couple, obviously a lot of those things are still going to be at the heart of what we're talking about, and we might use some of those words and phrases, but I agree. I think that we definitely need to kind of throw it out and start all over again.
I'm trying to highlight the headers of the things we're talking about, so that whoever is sharing, we have to, in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Who is sharing?
We don't.
We didn't come up with a presenter.
Well, now that you know what we're saying, and maybe people will feel better about presenting this information, who'd be willing to do that for us? Aaron's used to this smile I give sometimes. I'm waiting for someone to volunteer.
I can do it if I can see that Google Doc while I'm talking.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brittany.
Yes.
How can I share that?
I can take care of that. If you will help me, can you just give me can you tell me your email address?
Yeah, I'll just put it in the chat.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
There we go.
We're all getting so good at this online collaboration. Hopefully, we won't anytime soon for long.
I feel like I've been on Zooms or Google since like 7 a.m. I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
It's one of those days.
Okay. So Brittany, I highlighted some of the things we talked about, but we trust you as a group to represent us. So if there's other stuff that you want to add, absolutely.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Well, I think we're going back to the other group. So thank you. It was delightful to be with you all.
Yes, thanks everybody.
Thank you.